right. Hey, everybody. It's Mike from Rogala Photography. And today we got a little special video for you guys. I want to show you how you can take a color grade from your favorite film or TV show and apply it to a photo in Photoshop. So what we're going to do is in honor of Donald Sutherland, who just passed away a couple days ago. He played Hawkeye in the movie MASH. MASH is actually probably my all-time favorite TV show, and the movie is actually really cool too. It's definitely ahead of its time. So we're gonna recreate a scene, or I should say the color grade from a scene in Photoshop, and we're going to apply it to this photo right here. Now, if you look, whenever you're doing a color grade, whether it's in video or in a photo, you want to make sure that color grade applies to that photo or that video. I mean, you just can't take a complete orange and teal look and put it in some photo that is all green. Like, this really wouldn't look right in orange and teal. Okay, so you do want to make sure that the look you're going for can be applied to that photo and look decent. In this particular case, if you come back over here to the original scene, we got the trees in the background, and we got some skin cones. It's kind of warm, and then also too, same here. We got the green in the background. And actually, this is actually a shot taken with an iPhone. So, again, you could take these looks and you can apply it to any photo pretty much as long as it fits. Okay. So here we are right here, and we have our scene from the movie MASH. And it's actually a really simple process. It's a little time consuming, but it is actually a very simple process. So what you want to do is you want to come on up to the file menu, and then you want to go on over to, where is it? Export. And then you want to go save for web. Okay. And then it's going to do its thing. And you can kind of see right here. Now, I already set this here. So let me reset this to what it was. When you do yours is going to look like this. You're going to have this big color table, okay, of basically 256 colors. Okay. However, when we do this, we only really want 3. You could do 5 if you want to. 3 seems to work best. If you go any more than 5, it can really cause some issues in your photo, and you're going to get some really unwanted results. So we're just going to do 3. Okay. So what we do here is you come up here where it says 256, and we're just going to type in 3. Okay. And you can see here, it gave us the 3 colors that we need. Now over here, you want to make sure that this is set to GIF or GIF, however you say it. Okay. And the color, this needs to be set over here to custom right here. Custom. All right. And then that should be it right there. We're going to leave it just like that. Make sure you got GIF, and then you got custom. And then you got 3 for the colors. And then you are all set. You got this right here. Now, what you're going to do is you need to export this. Okay. And we're going to export this into a color table. Again, we just got the 3 colors here. So we're going to come here, and we are going to save color table. So we click save. And what I did was I created a menu. So in my documents folder here, I have a Photoshop. Where are we here? Photoshop folder. And I actually have a folder called color tables. And what I did was I saved this. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to save this again, just so you kind of get an idea. Okay. So I'm just going to call this MASH 2. Because I already have one there. And then it's going to say ACT. That is a color table. All right. And we're going to save it, and just click save in your folder. Remember where you saved it. And then now you don't even have to click done, just click cancel. Okay, just click because you're all done with that right there. All right. Now what we need to do is that we need to create a gradient map layer on the target image where we want to add this look to. Okay. So we make sure background is selected. Come on over to adjustment layers. And then we want to scroll down to gradient map and click that. Okay. And you can see it turns our photo black and white. What it is doing is mapping the photo into darks and lights. So the highlights is actually going to be the lights, and then the darks are going to be the darks. Okay. So we're going to click on that gradient once. Okay. And you can see here, we have the highlights and we have the darks. Now it's really not going to matter because when we're going to give it a brightness value, and that's going to determine where it falls on this scale here. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to import that color table that we have. So we're going to click on this little hamburger menu. That's what they call these lines, hamburger menu. Click on that. And we want to go to import swatches. So we're going to import the swatch. And what's going to happen is you're going to come on over and you want to bring in your swatch. Now I had already picked this one in. Okay. But I'm going to pick the Mesh 2 one just to kind of bring it in. And boom, there's Mesh 2. So let me close up the Mesh 1. And we're going to open Mesh 2. Okay, there we go. All right, so here we are on this menu. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to come on over here and we're going to click one of these little handles here. We're just going to click the dark one here. And then we're going to come on down here to the color. All right, so we're going to click that. Now, what we want to do is we want to put this color in here. So we're going to come on over here. We're going to pick, and you can see it turns to a little eyedropper. Click that, and boom, it puts that in. But you need to keep an eye on this value right here, the B. Okay, it says HSB. You want the B value. That is the brightness. You can see here it's 89%. All right, so I'm going to click OK. And then over here in their location, I'm going to type in 89. And you can see it changed. Now, don't worry, everything's going to be fine. Okay. And then we're going to do the next one. We're going to click on the bright one here. So we're going to click that. Come on over to the color. And then we're going to do our next color. So we're going to do, let's just go over and do the darks, I guess, just to be consistent. So there's the dark. And again, the brightness level is 36. So we're going to come on over here and we're going to change this to 36. All right. And then now we need to add a third one. So just somewhere in here, you can see your cursor will turn from a cursor to a hand. Just click anywhere in here and you're going to add another handle. So now we want to add this middle one here. And again, you can go in any order you want. It really doesn't matter. Just remember those brightness levels. So we're going to come on there. And then we need to make sure we look at the brightness level. We didn't do that. So actually open that up. Let's click that again just to make sure we got it. And then the brightness level is 60. So get out of that. And then we're going to type in 60. Okay. And we have our color in there. So now we can kind of click out of this. We close up that, and then we can close up our swatches, and then we can close up our gradient map properties. But now you're like, wait a minute. I'm like, what happened here? This doesn't look right. What you need to do is, because we have a different layer up here, we need to change the blending mode. So with the blending mode, you could try whichever one you want. Okay. However, the ones that are going to work the best is going to be either soft light, or you can go to color. Okay. In this case, soft light overlay. Overlay doesn't look too bad. Lighter color. No. See, these don't look lighten. No. Darker. No. None of these look. So we're going to click soft light. Okay. And now you're going to say, well, let me see. Let's turn this layer off and on. And you can start to see where it's already began to put the color grade on there. You could change it. You come up here and you could change the opacity, and you can, do it. So I'm just going to leave it at 100% for now. I may come back and tweak it later. So now here is our photo with the gradient map. You can see here's before and here's after. And, you know, it's not quite there yet. Okay. But now what I want to do is I want to add a camera raw filter to the background here. So I want up to filter and we're going to go to camera raw. Okay. Now this is the original photo, but I want to do some tweaks here. Okay. First off is the color. Those greens. I really want to change those greens around a little bit. All right. So actually what happened here? Is that a mask? No. What? Oh no, I want to go to color mixer. That's what I want. Color mixer. Now I'm going to come on over to saturation, HSL. And I want to click the saturation tab and I want to bring down my greens just a bit. And no, actually, you know what? I'm not going to bring down the greens. That's not working too much. We're going to bring down the yellows. There we go. We want to bring the yellows down and we're going to actually, we're going to subdue the greens a little bit too. And then the reds, let me see what the reds, we want to bring them down. No, because that's not really doing anything. How about the oranges? Interesting. So we're not going to do that. And we could tweak the aquas a little bit here, I guess. Nothing. So all we got is the yellows here. We're going to bring those down quite a bit because we really want to subdue that. Now we're going to come on over here and we're going to bring the temperature a little bit down too. Greens, right about there. How about oranges? We want to bring those up a little bit. Reds, brighten them up a little bit. There we go with that. Okay. Now, what I do want to do is add a little bit of blur. Now, luckily with Photoshop and Camera Raw, we can add a little bit of camera blur or lens blur, if you will. So it's doing its thing. And now we blur that up a little bit. We're going to increase it just a little bit. There we go. Okay. And then what I want to do is come on over here. I want to do a mask. I want to do the background. Okay. And I want to subtract with a linear gradient. And right there. Okay. And now I want to darken the background just a little bit. We're going to bring the highlights up a little bit and bring the shadows down just to give a little bit of contrast. Blacks. Just a little bit. Okay. And that actually looks pretty good. So now we can get out of the masks, I think. And then, then what I want to do is come back up to here and I want to go into curves. And here is where I'm going to a little bit of a fade on this, just to kind of make it look like that. And then let's see, do we want to add some midtones to that? Yeah, we do want to add a little bit there. Okay, that actually looks pretty good. Now we're going to hit OK. Boom, there we go. And then it did darken it up a little bit. So we're going to come up to this gradient map and we're going to take the opacity. And voila, we have a mesh photo. Here is the original. Actually, let me get rid of this layer here. So there's the original. And there's this one. Actually, you know what I probably could do is let me add, just to kind of brighten this up a bit, we're going to add a levels. Okay. And then let me bring this, no, too much. No, we want to do that. Actually, that should be about it right there. Perfect. There we go. So there is the original mesh photo. And here's our photo. And again, we could probably brighten this up a little bit. Like right here. I could probably do another camera. What I forgot to do is actually switch this over to a Smart object is what I should have done. I can go back, but you can brighten this up a little bit, but still, it's a finished photo. Okay. All right. Sorry this video took so long, but here's how you can create your film emulation from pretty much any movie or TV show that you like. So please leave in the comments if you have any other videos you'd like to see. Please click that subscribe button and that like button. And until next time, take care, everyone.